Kelly Osbourne is speaking out with raw emotion after a cruel social media comment compared her appearance to a dead body, and her powerful response is now igniting a massive conversation about body shaming, grief, and just how ruthless online culture has become in the age of instant opinions. The reality star, television personality, and fashion figure, who has lived her entire life in the public eye as part of one of the world's most famous families, recently shared glamorous photos from a high-profile fashion event in London, where she appeared polished, confident, and radiant. The images were meant to celebrate style, creativity, and a moment of confidence, but instead, one shocking remark overshadowed the positivity. A user commented that Kelly looked too thin and fragile before cruelly adding that she resembled a dead body, a statement that quickly spread across social media for its sheer insensitivity and lack of humanity. What should have been a joyful moment instantly turned into another example of how quickly the internet can twist beauty into brutality. Kelly didn't ignore it, brush it off, or pretend it didn't hurt. She chose to confront it head-on. Sharing the comment to her Instagram stories, she made it clear how deeply disturbing she found the remark, writing that she couldn't believe how disgusting some people can be and that no one deserves to be spoken to that way. Her words weren't rehearsed or filtered. They came from a place of real pain, frustration, and exhaustion. You could feel the years of being judged, dissected, and criticized bubbling beneath the surface. She also admitted that while the cruelty will eventually pass, it's still shocking to witness how easily strangers feel entitled to tear someone down simply because they exist online. It wasn't just anger, it was heartbreak mixed with disbelief. What makes the situation even heavier is the emotional chapter Kelly is currently living through. She is still processing the devastating loss of her father, the legendary rocker Ozzy Osbourne, who passed away in 2025 after a long and very public battle with serious health issues. His death marked the end of an era for music fans around the world, but for Kelly, it meant losing her hero, protector, and best friend. She has been open about how deeply grief has shaken her life, affecting not just her mental state, but her physical health as well. She shared that some days are harder than others, that emotions come in waves, and that grief doesn't follow a straight path. Like many people mourning a loved one, her body has naturally changed, her appetite has fluctuated, her energy levels have shifted, and stress has taken a visible toll. Medical experts often say grief can cause weight loss, fatigue, and physical changes. Yet, instead of understanding, some people online chose to mock what is clearly a human response to heartbreak. The backlash against the cruel comment was almost immediate. Fans rushed to Kelly's defense, filling her social media with messages of love, encouragement, and outrage toward the person who made the remark. Many reminded others that grief looks different for everyone, that healing doesn't follow a schedule, and that no one has the right to comment on another person's body, especially during such a vulnerable time. Supporters praised Kelly for refusing to stay silent and for exposing the cruelty rather than letting it hide in the shadows. Some said her honesty gave them strength, especially those who've experienced body changes after trauma or loss and felt ashamed because of society's expectations. Sadly, this isn't new territory for Kelly. Her body has been a public topic of discussion for most of her life. When she was younger and heavier, critics mocked her relentlessly. When she lost weight, people accused her of cheating, using extreme methods, or being unhealthy. Now that her body has shifted again during grief, the narrative has once again turned cruel. It's the same cycle so many celebrities describe. No matter what you look like, the internet always finds a way to attack. Kelly herself has spoken before about how exhausting it is to exist in a world where your appearance is constantly treated as public property, saying that no size ever seems good enough for strangers online. Her mother, Sharon Osbourne, has also addressed the family's grief in past interviews, explaining just how deeply Ozzy's passing impacted them all, especially Kelly, who shared such a close bond with her father. Sharon has spoken about how grief drains you emotionally and physically, how some days you can barely function, and how healing doesn't happen in a neat, predictable way. She's emphasized that judgment from the public only makes that pain heavier, adding pressure during a time when compassion should come first. What's touching so many people right now is how real Kelly's reaction felt. There was no celebrity polish, no public relations spin, no carefully crafted message. It was raw, emotional, and painfully human. She responded the way many people would if someone mocked their body during one of the hardest moments of their life. And in doing so, she sparked a broader conversation about empathy, kindness, and the responsibility we all carry when we comment online. Her response reminded the world that fame doesn't make someone immune to pain. It often makes them more exposed to cruelty. While that one hateful comment spread quickly, something far more powerful happened afterward, an overwhelming wave of support. Thousands of people are now speaking out against body shaming, sharing their own stories of grief-related weight changes, mental health struggles, and online harassment. What began as a cruel remark has turned into a moment of collective awareness, with many calling for a culture shift toward compassion instead of criticism. Kelly's reaction isn't just about defending how she looks. It's about protecting her humanity, honoring her healing journey, and demanding the basic respect every person deserves. And as this story continues to circulate across social media and celebrity news, one message is becoming louder than ever. People are tired of cruelty being treated as entertainment, and more voices are finally pushing back. Make sure to like, subscribe, and stay tuned for more celebrity updates just like this.